Hey, how's it going, tankers? Ryan here with GaleForceNine. Back at it again with some more World of Tanks miniatures game action. You've got your starter set and you've been eyeing up some of those expansion blisters, but how do you put them together for a game? Today I'm going to talk to you guys about platoons and building your own one, and I'm going to walk you through how I've built my own platoon to take on some of the guys up here in the office. Let's get straight into it. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I've played tons of games with the tanks and the starter set. It's super quick to set up, super easy to play, but I've only played with the Sherman and the T-34, and I've never won a game. I think it's time for an upgrade. Now, maybe you guys are the same. Maybe you can't beat your younger brother, you need some more firepower, some more maneuverability. Or maybe you've just seen some really cool tanks you want to play with. For me, I just want a platoon that strikes fear into the hearts of my opponents. In World of Tanks miniatures game, everything has a point cost associated with it. We recommend for a quick yet action-packed battle that you and your opponent field 200 points worth of tanks and upgrades. But what tanks and what upgrades should you pick? I've got some advice for you. Let's go over two different ways to pick what tanks, what upgrades you should bring to the battlefield with you. The first technique, and the one that I'm going to use myself, I'd like to call Rule of Cool. Pick tanks that you like, tanks that look cool. Maybe they're tanks you played in the online game. Maybe you want to collect one tank from every nation, or maybe a whole platoon of tanks from a single nation. The second technique I like to call metagaming. This is picking what has been proven to work. Maybe you've got a lot of battles under your belt as well, and you've figured out some techniques and some strategies that help you win. Or maybe you've been a member of our Facebook page, and you've seen some winning strategies and winning lists on there. This is picking which tanks have been proven to work. For the first iteration of my platoon, there's a few things I want to include. I'm a sucker for the M4A1 Sherman, so I have to have a couple of those in there. I also want a bit of a tank killing machine, and I think that the SU-100 is a perfect fit for this role. My last pick is going to be the Cromwell, because I think it looks cool, and I've also been killed by one every time I've played. With a look at the cards and some quick math, we'll get the point total. 172 points. Not too bad, I reckon. Plenty of room for some crew, module and upgrade cards. Now these cards are where the real customization comes in. They can totally change how your tanks perform, how long they survive, or how quickly they react. I like to look at my platoon and use these crew, module and upgrade cards to unleash the full potential of my tanks. Here's an example. The SU-100 out of the box is a tank killing monster. 6 firepower is crazy, and 2 survivability means it isn't going down without a fight. However, it also makes it the obvious target for enemy forces, and I want it to survive for as long as possible, so let's make it a bit stronger. I'll put Commander Damir Nelrazov inside to give me more survivability when I'm in cover, a camouflage net for even more survivability when stationary, and designated target from the T-34 expansion to reduce the chances of my targets rolling extra defense dice for being in cover. All up, if my SU-100 is stationary, in cover, and uses the Tank Destroyer special rule, it gains a bonus 3 defensive dice. That's taking Tank Destroyer to a whole nother level. With those cards added, I only have 8 more points to add to the rest of my platoon, but I do have another trick up my sleeve. The SU-100, whilst having awesome firepower, has very poor initiative, meaning that will shoot after enemy tanks. That simply won't do. However, improved radio allows me to swap the base initiative of vehicles during the shooting phase. If I put this on the Cromwell can swap its 8 base initiative with the SU-100 if the SU-100 has a good shot, or the Shermans if the situation arises. Spending my last 4 points on my Shermans to give them a little boost, and I have my completed platoon. With a little bit of planning, I've come up with what I hope is a deadly platoon. But the only way to find out is to play some games. Playing games with your platoons is the best way to find out if they perform how you would imagined, or give you that vital information you need to tweak them if not. Your tanks falling foul of critical hits too often? Maybe you need to bring some crew module or upgrade cards to reduce the impact of these. Maybe your tanks aren't surviving as long as you'd like. Or maybe they're just not having the impact that you'd like on the battlefield. Maybe you have to look at replacing those tanks, bringing in some new ones. It's your personal combat platoon, So play loads of battles in it, have fun, and don't be afraid to change it if there's something else you like the look of. Every new expansion comes with unique cards that could totally change how your platoon works. So make sure you like, subscribe, and follow our social medias to stay up to date on these new expansions and what they're going to bring to the table. While you're at it, check out our Twitch channel and subscribe. And that way you'll know when I go live with this platoon to put it through its paces. Thank you guys for watching. Come up with some awesome platoons, and I'll see you guys on the battlefield. Roll out.